Okay, it's December 29th, no, November 29th, 2016. Welcome to this conversion conversation. I've given it a title, in case of emergency, break glass, because I'm hearing a lot of people say it's slow, I'm not getting any conversions, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of this, there's a lot of factors, of course, that would lead to you not converting your leads. Let me get my show my screen here for you guys. A lot of things that would lead to you not converting your leads. But please do keep in mind that there is a little bit of seasonality going here. So what we're going to do today on this conversation is talk about a way to overcome the seasonality and maybe still do deals despite the fact that one, interest rates are going up, the market's shifting, there's a lot of uncertainty, but two, that the fact that it's just December, right? We're coming into December and things slow down. So let's see if we can figure out a way to generate some quick deals despite the fact that it's December. While the rest of your competition is crying and whining, we're going to take action and do our thing. All right, so here we go. I've got my document here with the cool little inside real estate conversion logos up at the top. In case of emergency break glass, what we're going to do, we're going to do some investor-focused campaigns that can generate you fast commissions in December. All right, we're going to go on a little bit of a whirlwind today. I'm going to go into different traffic sources, different types of campaigns, and use different advertising media, but the backdrop of all this is going to be in the fact that if you do investor-focused stuff while all the regular traditional single-family home buyers are kind of asleep, you can make the best of a bad, slow situation. All right, anyway, what is that situation? I'll reiterate. Things are slow. People are holidaying. Is that even a word? Holidaying? Might be. I don't know. Don't panic. Spring will be good. Your leads are incubating. We have people in the group saying, hey, I'm not getting conversions. I've been using conversion for 3, 6, 8 months. And if you have a few hundred people, you should be getting conversions, and there might be an issue there. But a lot of what might be going on is that you missed the core of the buying season. People are a little bit far out from taking action. But as spring comes along and you have people in your database for 6 months to a year, a lot of those folks are going to get it in their head that they want to buy this time around. And, March and April can be good for you, and don't lose faith. So I just want to say that and transition into the solution, which a few points here. Investors are always buying, right? We know this. There are always real estate investors out in the marketplace, but very few agents actually cater to them or make an effort to find that business specifically. They have objections in their head like investors are a pain in the butt, or I'm going to run into people who want to waste my time. Get rid of that. There are lots of ways to do investor deals. Get rid of those limiting beliefs. Something like, just want to remind you, something like 30%, I could be wrong on the number, but in that range, 30% of all deals are still cash. So it is possible to have quick cash transactions if you do the right kind of a marketing and create those kinds of deals with your marketing. So you don't have to, just because it's November 29th, it's not unreasonable to think that if you take massive action over the next few days that you couldn't have a closing by the end of December, an all-cash deal, maybe even in 2 or 3 weeks if you do the right things. And then final point is just go and run campaigns that appeal to these people. All right. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to jump in as usual into hardcore tactical screencasting here, and we're going to run some real ads for different ways to approach this idea. I am going to pause for a second here and invite everybody to just say hello that you can hear me. I see you, Beth. I guess you can hear me. And remind you guys that you should feel free to chime in with any questions. I'll answer any questions you might have in due time. Hi, Vincent. Hi, David. So let's get to it. Thanks, guys. First one I want to do, I'm going to run an income property multifamily Facebook click to website ad. And guys, I didn't prepare any of this. I'm just going to do it raw so you can see it step by step. I know over the past few weeks we've been doing a lot of theory and just showing things finished, and people want to see more of the step by step. So I'm just going to do this stuff in front of you. Let's hop into Facebook. So I'm going to go to business.facebook.com. That's where you would go create your Facebook ads account if you don't already have one. I'll go into my account right here for conversion, my business manager for conversion, and go into my account. And of course, the first thing I'm going to do once I'm in my ads account is I'm going to click create ad right here. Okay, so the first campaign I'm going to run is a simple clicks to website ad. This doesn't require much thought or preparation. I'm simply going to pick a list of income properties from my home page. We're going to do income properties multifamily, and we're going to run a click to website ad, knowing that when people get to conversion, they are going to be prompted to opt in. Okay, so I'm not going to get fancy by building a landing page or anything like that. I'm not even going to use the back-end squeeze builder because I don't want there to be anything in your way of executing this guys. All I'm going to do is go to my website. Here we go. Go to my conversion site, and I'm simply going to run the search here for income properties. So I got to pick my location. I'll do St. Petersburg. And then it's easy on my site to go ahead and pick income properties. All right. And now what you can do, what's a good idea to do with the income property offer is either do very high end or very low end. And it's really cool with conversion. It's easy to generate a link to either the high end or low end by using the sorting options. So watch what happens here. I'm going to click the Found 42. It's going to give me a list of properties. Things are a little slow because I have GoToWebinar running, so I can see here either that or all of my kids are probably streaming, all three of them right now. I bet you that's what's going on. There we go. And then I will get my list. Now, if I wanted to offer a list of high-end, I could start here. It normally sorts from high to low, and I would just copy and paste this list out of my browser, and this is the link I'm going to drive traffic to. If I wanted to drive traffic to a list of low-end income properties, if I wanted to say, hey, a list of multifamily income properties under 100,000, that could be an attractive offer. I'm probably going to attract deals faster by doing that than I would by appealing to a higher-end clientele for 1 million high-end income properties. But I will tell you, both work. I have tried both, and both work. For this example, I'm going to do low-end income properties, okay? I'm going to run a campaign for low-end. Just keep in mind, you can do the high-end with success. So let's go ahead here. Let's give myself a fake email. I mean, a real email so that I don't get my errors from my site. And what I'll do is I'm going to grab a listing. I am not going to leave this campaign live. This is not my listing. You know, so it's probably, in fact, let's just go ahead and do it. Let's grab a property that I am allowed to advertise and make an image for my Facebook ads. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go bear with me. I want to see if I have already done this work. Yes. Good. Okay, guys, like a month ago, I'm going to drop this link here. If you go to conversion.info/FB ad images, it comes out to F bad images. I do have some images kind of pre-made, and I'm going to use my income properties one here so you guys don't have to watch me struggle through making an ad. So here we go. I'll send that link to all of you guys. Okay, and I'm just going to save my income properties link to my hard drive. Alrighty. And now what I can do is I'm going to go and I'm going to say send people to a destination on or off Facebook. They used to call this clicks to website. It might still look the same way in your account. Don't be thrown off. It's usually this first option here in the middle. So I'm going to click that. We're going to do low end and income property test St. Pete. And what I'm doing is I'm naming the campaign for something that I can remember. This is unimportant for the ad itself. It's just for your reference. Okay? And I'm going to drive my brother nuts because he uses this account too, and it's going to mingle in with all his stuff. So I got to make sure I put RH in front of that later. All right. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to now target who I want to target. Now, if you're doing investors, you don't necessarily have to do people who live in your town, right? You could do neighboring towns. Just think about who might want to come into your area and invest. In this case, I am just going to type in St. Petersburg, Florida, not Russia. I'll do within 25 miles. And then I'm going to target people here who are likely to be investors. Now, there's a few ways to do this. One of my favorite ways is to just target people who like investor gurus. There's other people probably have other ways to target investors. So like Preston, Ely, I think, is a he's an investor guy. Of course, Robert Kiyosaki. If somebody likes Robert Kiyosaki's page, they're probably into investing in real estate. How many people is that? That's 9,400 already, and that's probably enough right there. Now, if I want to narrow my audience and make sure I'm getting people who might have enough cash to do a transaction soon, I can go down here and narrow my audience and say, let's do liquid assets. I was forgetting the term. Liquid assets. If I start typing that, and I can target only people with liquid assets, let's say over 250,000. Okay, so I have the 500K to 1 million. Go. And that says that I now have a reach of fewer than 1,000 people. Okay, so I'm going to keep going till that's at least over 1,000. Okay, I might need more, so let's just do four. Here, they're doing suggestions for me, actually. So who was that? Fortune Builders, yick. But we'll put that in there, Fortune Builders. Ron LeGrand is a good one. There's biggerpockets.com. So it's giving me suggestions now that I've typed in Preston and Robert Kiyosaki, right? So let's see. It's still 300,000. Oh, I got to keep going here. All right. Let's open up our geography. All right. So I think what happened was when I limited the income, I really drastically cut down the number of people. So I'm going to go a little bit smaller on liquid assets. We'll include the 100K to 249. And there we go. Now we've got people. We have 2,300 people who, according to the data that Facebook has, are interested on some level in investment-related people, right? So they're probably real estate investors or have thought about investing in real estate at some time. And they have over 100 grand in the bank, according to Facebook's stats. So that's a good start, right? 2,300 people is a big enough target. We know that anybody opting into this funnel might be qualified to do a cash deal pretty soon. Okay, so let me just look at your questions here, guys. Yeah, I dropped the link to everybody, conversion.info/fbadimages, FBAdImages. All right. And the next thing I'll do, I'll set my budget. I like to set my budget a little high when I start just to test the campaign, and then you can roll it back and get things cruising. So we'll leave it at 20 bucks. That's plenty for a day to at least get a baseline and see if this is going to work on some level. I'll hit continue. Now here's where it's asking for my image. Now I can use the image that I guys gave you that I just pasted, guys. You can make something unique, a local property. You can also try doing investment property and just see what pops up in the stock images. I always kind of forget that. So in a pinch, you could always do that if you're just testing a funnel and then go back later and do something that might be a little more appealing. We do know that the image is a big, big deal with Facebook ads, so you're going to want to have something cool and interesting. And that's the reason on my Facebook ad images we have these really ugly images that I've made that actually work really well because they're so ugly. So here we go. I'm going to upload that. It's got like the image of a property and usually has like a yellow highlight in the background and it says income properties, right? So sure, it's ugly, but it pops out at somebody's eyeballs and like burns their eyeballs while they're cruising on Facebook and is effective for that reason. Michael, this is about, Michael's asking what this is about. I'll remind everybody who just came on. This is about income property focused funnels that you can run to try to generate cash deals or at least fast transactions in December while things are slow with the traditional resale marketplace. So that's what this is about. Now, I have a fan page. I have a couple of them that are dedicated to this sort of thing. One of them is Propertunity Knox. The other one is Real Estate Deal Depot. Just generically named fan pages. So I'm going to use my Real Estate Deal Depot page. You guys can create like a St. Pete Real Estate Deals, a generic fan page that would, or St. Pete Income Properties if you want, or just use your regular fan page. I'm going to attach a fan page to this. And then the website URL that I'm going to drive traffic to, it's pretty simple, right? It's going to be the search results for that search, which I just did earlier. So let me just go here. I'm going to just copy and paste this link, this URL. Boink. Put it in. And then my headline is going to be St. Pete income properties under 100K. Boink. St. Pete multifamily. I'm doing that boink thing a lot. I don't know what's going on. All right, St. Pete multifamily income properties under 100K. Just telling them what it is. Learn more. Now, the text above is going to be looking for solid, affordable income opportunity in St. Pete? Question mark. Here's a current list of multifamily properties priced under 100K. Okay, that might work. Current list of St. Pete. And then underneath here, you have your newsfeed link description, and I'm just going to say click to see the list now. Looking for a solid, affordable income property in St. Pete. Here's a current list of multifamily properties priced under 100K. I think that copy is going to be okay. You know, of course, we always have to test. I might want to do different variations of this ad once I have it rolling and I get a baseline. But let's just get it off the shelf quickly, not overthink it. So that's that. The display link is automatically showing. It's just the website there. And I think this is looking pretty good, guys. There's not much to it. We have an image. We have some text and a headline. And we are going to drive traffic directly to our conversion website and allow conversion to do its thing. When people get here and they start browsing these properties, they'll be prompted to register. If they want to register, they will to see more. One thing I did skip is that if I wanted to track the hashtag and hashtag these, I would have wanted to go into the back end and use the build squeeze page in my dashboard. So I should probably, I'm rushing along because I know there's a lot to do today, but I should probably at least show you guys that. So it would be just be build squeeze. I could have built the link from back here, FB, low and income properties, St. Petersburg, and so on. And then I could have built the link and it would have the hashtag on it. Okay, once I build the link. All right, so that's one campaign, guys. This is probably the simplest one to run, and it will work on some level. It really, really will, guys. If you just, remember, keep in mind that this is a numbers game. These leads should cost you maybe anywhere between $2 and $7, even $10 a piece. But if you keep in mind what the ROI is, and you know that these are people who could potentially do a cash deal with you, and you do your follow-up accordingly, send them more good property deals over time, blog about good deals, make sure you mass email, you will get conversions for your effort. So it's worth spending a few bucks here in December. You're spending a lot of money this month anyway, right? Buying everybody presents left and right. You're going to max out your credit cards. You might as well spend a little more and max them out on your own business, something that you can get ROI on instead of just throwing it down the toilet, buying everybody gifts. All right, spreading holiday cheer. All right. So that's that. That's the first campaign. An income properties, multifamily, FB, click to website. Next thing I want to try, and the reason for this is to just show you another angle, give you bang for your buck today. I want to try a foreclosure Google display ad. Let's get fancy today. We don't talk about Google display ads enough, and I'm going to log into AdWords and fiddle through and probably forget how to do it and embarrass myself. But we're going to create display ads that show all over Facebook, Google, all different sites. Anybody who's in the Google network, you're going to see those ads. Does everybody here know what Google display ads are? Let's see here. I want to show you an example of one. Where would I find one? They're almost omnipresent. I can go to almost any website. Let me see if I can find you one, guys. Google display ads are simply, you see them every day, everywhere you go, but a lot of websites, CNN might not be one of them anymore, will take part in Google's AdSense program. Here we go, right here. This probably is one, actually. And you see this ad right here. is most likely a Google or a lot of times it'll be from Google's network. So what happens is you can put your ads on all over the web, you know, on a bunch of different websites in your area, and then Google will send you traffic, right? So that's it. Google's display network, huge, huge traffic source, guys, if you can get it right. We don't talk about it enough, but you can get plenty of traffic, more than enough traffic to, you know, power your whole business just from Google. It will tend to be a little more expensive than Facebook and a little less targeted, but there is an option there if you need it. But yeah, great, Paul. Yeah, funny. Paul's never heard of Google, so he's probably one of the more sophisticated marketers here, and I know he's heard of Google AdWords. He's heckling me today. All right, so let's go now into AdWords. AdWords.google.com. Ooh, let's just use, I think I can use this account. Oh, no, that's an old account. Sorry. Bear with me, guys. You know how Gmail, you have accounts with different email addresses, and you have to log in with the right one and all this stuff. So my brother changed the password. Okay, I'll use this one. I can use this one. All right, so we go into our Google AdWords account, right? And what we're going to do to create a display ad is we're going to click plus campaign, and we're going to pick display network only, like this. And then I get confused here. I might not be doing the right thing, but I don't think it's very critical. They ask you which of these objectives you want, and I'm just going to click visit your website because that's what I want them to do. I'm not sure how important that is or not. We're going to do demo, display ad, foreclosures. Excuse me. And then we'll scroll down. And which locations do you want to target or exclude in your campaign? Well, I'm going to do let me choose, and I want to target my area where I am. So pretty simple stuff. Let's target people in St. Pete. The reach is 534,000. I'll set my budget to $20 a day again. Save and continue. Enhance CPC bid. I think I can leave that blank, and I will for now. And then the next thing I want to do is my landing page link. So I'm going to now generate my search again the same way. Let's do it the proper way this time. Google display for the source, hashtag, I can do anything I want, closures. There we go. I wish usually your area would pop up here, but it's not for me. I think I'm okay though. And then my listing type will be single family, and my options will be foreclosures, like so. Type buyer, use listings, click build link. Yeah, it didn't grab me an area. There we go. The site is not picking up my area. I think it's partly because of, I will do that, Kami. Yeah, it's not. I haven't seen this happen that often. I think it's the GoToWebinar also slowing me down. So I'm just going to do, let's do Dunedin. All right, not important, guys. Build the link. It's going to work for you. For whatever reason, it's fritzing on me. I click build the link. It's going to give me the link URL right down here to use. There we go. And now I can copy this, and this is what I'm going to paste into my campaign builder. In fact, I'll hack the link here so it's right. Just do St. plus Petersburg because I know that works. St. plus Petersburg. Okay, and now choose how to target your ads. Now we have a few different things. You could actually do some retargeting here. You can target by interests, show ads on sites related to your keywords. I'm going to just do, I think, interests, and then I'm going to type in real estate and hit search. And if I put real estate in, and you'll see here residential properties for rent and sale, what's going to happen is your ads might actually show on other real estate sites like Zillow and other sites that are partnering with Google to drive ad revenue. So we're going to focus on real estate targeted sites. This does work if you don't even narrow down the targeting. You'll just do a general foreclosure ad and you'll get, it's enough of an interesting thing that people will click. But we're targeting it down a little bit. Let AdWords automatically find new customers. Sure. It does require a bid. I never know what to do here. We'll do, I'll pay up to $2 per click, which is probably too high. Save and continue. When I've done this in the past, to give you an idea, it came in, I did a test about 2 months ago for a foreclosure offer with a display ad, and it came in at about 60 cents a click consistently. So that's probably what you can expect. Now, we can do an image ad, right? But one of the nice things about the Google Display Builder is we can actually just, and now that you guys see this, I'm sure you recognize this, we could just do a text image that looks like this. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen ads that look like this. If you haven't already, you're going to start seeing them everywhere starting today because they're going to ring a bell. But basically, you can create a very quick little headline graphic ad here in Google. So I'll just do St. Pete foreclosures, right? See the list now. Oh, long headline is see an instant list of bank-owned properties in St. Pete. Description, see the list now. Now, business name, that could be your company, you know, whatever you need it to be. I'll just do searching.com here. Okay, and then if I click, this is the example in text format, and then if I hit play previews, I thought that's where it would play them. It would show them all to me, but we'll do that in a minute. It should show me all of them. I'm going to click done. It wants images and a logo. I did not know that. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll with what they give me based on the content. You guys, of course, we could also go to that that resource that I have there, right, and grab the foreclosure image. You know, right here we have one for foreclosures. I'll just do that. See if that works. Upload. See right here. Oh, and there's stock too. That's cool. You can do based on your content. Save. This is certainly different than what I've encountered in the past, guys, so bear with me. It's asking for specific image sizes. Maybe I should just use... I'll just use what they gave me for now. Okay, that'll work. You know, if all else fails, just do that, right? And then I could grab my logo there and add it and see if it's going to make me. Okay, and then I can click Save Ads. I don't want to create another ad group, and now I can go to my campaign. And that was very quick and easy despite my fumbling, right? I've now created an ad that's going to show to any real estate related sites in my targeting in my area, and it's going to be a nice banner ad that drives traffic to my conversion site. And I want to see if I can show you guys what these look like. Here they are. So depending on where the user is experiencing the ad network, this might be the mobile one. See it list instant bank-owned properties in St. Pete. That might not be great. I might need to do a better call to action for that one. This one is nice. St. Pete foreclosures, see the list now. And then this one is good. St. Pete foreclosures, see the list now. Right? So pretty cool, right? Really quickly, we got some ads live. Once you get the hang of doing the images, you can quickly have traffic driving to your site for a list of foreclosures, and we're doing it on real estate specific sites. Now that might not be investor targeted per se, but you will attract people who are naturally in an investor mindset, which is why it's relevant today. All right, let's see if there are any questions on that before we move to the next one. How is this so far, guys? Give me some feedback. Is this useful? We don't do a lot of Google Display, so I was happy to get that covered today on some level. Okay, let's do now a motivated sellers Facebook lead ad. We're going to get even more fancy here. Thanks for the feedback, guys. We're going to do a Facebook lead ad. Last week we did them for single properties with Jody. Of course, this is my favorite right now. And instead of running you through the whole process, I'm just going to show you one and what it looks like under the hood, because I know Gustavo has one in his account. So let's go over there. Where are you at, Gustavo? Facebook.com. Manage. Question is, would you have to pay for the ads you create? You only pay per click. So you pay when you get clicks on your ads. And this is not my account. This is somebody who I was looking at their account for them, a friend of mine, but I do not want them to pay for my ad, my test ad. So let me put that on pause. Ooh, glad I remembered that. All right, so yeah, you do only pay for the clicks that you generate. Where do you get the images that can be used for Facebook or Google? That was conversion.info/FB ads. Those are just some that I made. Conversion.info/FB ad images. You guys can make your own images or do whatever you want to do. You know, you can Google Facebook ad creation. People on Fiverr could do them for you, but you probably don't have to do that. You know, just grab a picture of a house if all else fails. Okay. So this one, we are going to do a motivated seller ad. Where are you at here, Gustavo? Here he is. I hope he doesn't mind me. I don't think he does. It's the price you pay when I work with you on stuff. I'm going to show your stuff to all the world on a live conversation. Anyway, he has a motivated seller campaign right here that went really sideways. He paid $37 a lead, but I know he had one that worked really well, and I want to show you that one. He might have been playing around with his targeting or something on that. So let's search motivated. Here was a good one where he got 193 leads at $774 a lead in $1 million area. A very well, I think it's $1 million, pretty high-end area as far as what I could see the last time I was down there. And we'll see here. I will show you the example ad, and I'll just show you the guts of the ad. Now, remember the targeting I did on the last, on the first Facebook ad, right? Where we picked gurus. Remember that tip, because that'll help you get to investors, and also, you know, pick the net worth and all that other stuff. And we'll see here. Here's an example ad: free weekly list of Aventura homes and condos with motivated sellers. Aventura motivated sellers, the same formula. Here's a list of properties where the seller has expressed motivation to sell. If you're looking for a great deal in Aventura, you might like this. This is, of course, speaking hugely to the investor mindset. They want good deals. Motivated is a trigger word, and I'm going to show you guys in a minute how to build that list of properties. It's really easy on your conversion site. So what we'll do, I want to show you how the lead ad actually works. we've done this almost every week for the last month. So remember, this is the lead form where they are, when you choose the lead generation objective, and then you can collect, let's see, here's an example one. As you walk through this, you can collect name, email, full name, and phone. In this case, he's going for gender too. Wow, I don't know if that was a mistake or not. But you get a lot of details about the lead, and it's full, accurate info. So if you run a Facebook lead ad for a motivated sellers list and you target investors with liquid assets, you're getting the phone number of somebody who, when you call, you just say, hey, thank you for opting in to my motivated sellers list. Did you see anything you were interested in? Yes, no. They'll probably say, no, not right now. Okay, fine. What kind of properties are you looking for? Do you typically invest in? It's really simple follow-up, right? Did you like anything on the site? No. Cool. What kind? Because you already know they're an investor looking for a deal. What kind of deals do you tend to do? And then just let them talk, and then go find them what they're looking for, right? If you can. Okay, so that's the lead ad objective. That's the example copy you can use. Aventura motivated sellers. Just copy this, guys, on the replay. You know, just do this, and it's going to work. He was getting leads, full name, email, phone for $7 a piece with real cell numbers. And then to generate the list of motivated sellers, it's as simple as going on your site and typing in the word. I'm going to go back to single family here. We could do all the categories if we want. And then just type the word motivated under keywords. And there's 31 properties in my market that I found, right? Because they're in the seller remarks. So when somebody opts into this, you are giving them a list of properties with motivated sellers, technically, right? And that's a really good hook that will appeal to investors. Yes, to answer that question again, if somebody clicks on your ad, you will pay for the click in the examples I'm using. In the Facebook lead ad example, it'll pay, not for every click, you'll pay for a converted lead. The replay will be at conversion.info/recordings, and I also post it in the private Facebook group for conversion, conversion.info/recordings. Do you use a broader list since you're only looking for motivated sellers? Not by neighborhood. Yeah, in order to get that many with the keyword, good question, Glenda. In order to generate that many with the keyword motivated, you're probably going to have to just go for the whole city instead of a neighborhood. But it works just using the whole city. And guys, this isn't so much about the actual property they're opting in for. Sure, you want to give them a solid list of the thing, but these are ways to get people interested and to differentiate yourself from what the rest of the marketplace is doing. The rest of the marketplace is still crying that Zillow has taken away all the Google search traffic. So what? There's so many other ways to get traffic than Google organic search, and hating on Zillow isn't going to get you anywhere, right? Instead, think up different angles and different ways to get people interested. So you don't, everybody else is running search properties on my website doing generic stuff. Here we're appealing to specific target audiences with specific offers that might resonate with them, and we're doing it in a timely fashion that fits our needs. Our needs are, we don't have any regular resale buyers and sellers right now because it's December. Let's go out and find a few investors to do. We have some time right now. Let's go find some investors to work with and go find the shop around and find them some good deals since it's so dead in December. All right, I'm rambling on, I know. All right, so that's that. Motivated sellers, another example. Here is one. I'm going to get really freaky deaky here and experimental. Another one, of course, you can always do, and this is a good time to do it, is land. Nobody does land, right? You could run a campaign that offers a list of land investments, and where do you find land that could be a good investment? Well, the answer is every land listing is potentially a good investment because land is scarce if the investor can buy it at the right price, right? And you never know if a lot or a couple of acres have been sitting on the market for a while, what a seller might take to liquidate it. In a lot of cases, land has been willed down, right? It might be found money for somebody. So if you're working with investors, especially higher net worth people who need a place to put their money now that negative interest rates are looming. The economy's uncertain, bond yields are so low, whatever, and they need a way to place to put their money that's secure. Well, it doesn't get much more secure than the right piece of land or property, maybe in a neighborhood where it'll appreciate. And that's your job, is to find it. So let's do a land campaign. I'm going to get fancy and do a screencast video and run it on YouTube. All right, let's go nutty here. So I'm going to go to my site, okay, and I'm going to go and search land listings. Now, of course, you could just keep this simple. I'm being a little outside of the box here, but you could have simply just offered a link to land the way we did in our other examples, right, and not do what I'm about to do. But I'm going to go ahead and find a piece of land. There's one land listing with a motivated seller. Well, that's pretty cool. There we go. So maybe I feature that one. Yeah, let's feature that one. So let's do that. Okay. Here is a piece of land for $20,000. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up screencast-o-matic.com. You guys are going to ask me, what did I just say? I said screencast-o-matic.com. Here I am waving my hand at you. And you can get away with doing this, guys, like I am, not showered for a few days, dirty hat on, and everything with investors, which is another really cool thing about investors. Most of them are not going to care what you look like if you're able to find them good deals and provide value. So I'll just do this. Ready? I'll leave my picture down on the right side, and I'm going to hit record. And I'm going to say, hey, look at this here, Ryan Hartman with Terabella Realty. There is a land listing I just noticed over on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It's $20,000 right now, and the seller is motivated. So if you happen to be sitting on a little bit of cash and you're looking for a place to invest that's safe and has prospects for appreciation, this might be an opportunity for you. Feel free to get in touch with me. My number will be on the screen here on YouTube, or click the link, and I'll be happy to tell you more about this property and other land listings in the area. Thanks a lot. I hit done, and then I can go into Screencast-O-Matic. Obviously, guys, I would take my time and polish this a little more probably, but I'm just doing it for the example here. Click Upload to YouTube. Alrighty, land in St. Pete. Hit Publish. It's going to take a minute for this to upload to YouTube directly from my screencasting app here. I love Screencast-O-Matic, guys. It's the best tool ever for doing this kinds of stuff. We're going to be patient here. And then what I'm going to do next, once I have my YouTube link, is I'm going to go take this bad boy. I could easily run it on Facebook as a Facebook video ad, but I'm going to go run it as a YouTube ad that shows in front of other videos in my area. Oh, yes, I am. So let me copy the link here. Screencast-O-Matic is a screencasting software, so it allows you to record what's on your screen. In that example, I actually fired up a little box and recorded what was inside the box. So I made a video of a land listing without leaving my office, right? I didn't even have to leave the house, and I made a video that I can put on YouTube and then drive traffic to. So my video is now on YouTube. I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to need that in a minute. Let's see how it looks here. Boom, it's 35 seconds. Let's see how it looks. Look at this here, Ryan Hartman with Terabella Realty. There is a land listing. Okay, we got that right there. I'm going to copy my URL because I'm going to need it in a minute. And I'm going to go back into Google AdWords, and I'm going to create a video ad. So I'm going to go back to all campaigns. This drives me kind of nuts here. Let's see. It's always hard to get back. Let's go back to my account, to the main create an ad page. Campaign. All right, and then I will do plus on the campaign, and I'm simply going to click video. I'll do in-stream video discovery. My budget is $20 a day. I like that number today. YouTube search, YouTube videos. I'm going to run this only in my area. OK. And then I'm going to leave all this other stuff, save and continue. My YouTube video, well, there's my link. Here you go. And I should stop here and just say there is a risk that YouTube could say, Google could say that the video is not of high enough quality. And the way to get around that is to do a little bit of a pre-roll, maybe have one made. If you go around, have somebody make a nice pre-roll for you so that instead of just jumping into this screenshot with all this text and ugliness, it kind of has like a nice flashy beginning. So that's just a tip. I don't know. They might approve this because it's local content. I'm a legit business. I'm not like scamming anybody. I'm a realtor trying to sell land, you know. So, but that could be something that comes up, and you might want to get a little more production value in the video. So we've got that. I'm going to click in-stream ad as my option. My display URL. Well, all I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab the URL of that particular listing. Post it here. My display, I'll just use the base of the URL so it looks nice. This is visit, right? And that's what they'll see. They'll see my URL. And remember, this is the skip. See the little skip ad thing? You guys have all seen this on YouTube. That's the kind of ad that's going to run. It's going to be one of those annoying ads to show before. My kids hate it because they end up seeing all my ads in front of their Jacksepticeye and other video gamer videos. All right. So maximum CPV. Right, so you set your bidding. You could get about 500 extra views to set your bid to 0.07. That's weird because they're kind of telling me to set it a little lower. So I'll pay 7 cents a view. Now a view is actually when somebody watches, I think it's 25 or 30 seconds of your video. If somebody skips the ad right away, you don't pay for that. So it's like good free exposure for you anyway. You know, to just have your video show. There's very low risk in here. You're only going to be charged for videos people watch a lot of. I'm not going to adjust for popular videos, but you can say, hey, bid me 20% more if somebody is on a more competitive video that they're trying to watch. But don't worry too much about that. I think you just put 0. Oops, my phone is dialing in my pocket. All right. And then the next thing we'll do is targeting demographics. And that is going to be up to you. So I'm going to target who is most likely to reply to this ad. Well, maybe it's people with who are of an age of 35 or higher. I'll even go 45 and older. Parent, sure, that's okay. All that's fine. And then look at this household income. Well, let's go with the top 10% only. How's that? So this is in order. So we'll go top 20% of income earners only will see this ad because we're targeting, we want people who have a little bit of that, you know, the video itself appeals to people who might have need a return on their investment, might want to buy land. So I'll go ahead and click Save Ad Group. And just like that, guys, in a few seconds, we've got, in a few minutes, we recorded a video. We're appealing to that audience. We picked the top percentage of earners. We're offering them some land for sale. We're differentiating ourselves from the other realtors in the marketplace because we're offering a specific thing that could serve them. 10 minutes ago, before they saw my ad, they might not have even been thinking about land as an option. You know, when it comes to finding a place to put their money that wouldn't lose, you know, to inflation, you know, that interest rates that has a chance to hit them a home run later, and maybe they don't have any land in their portfolio. Maybe an accountant sees the ad and starts calling his clients and being like, hey, you should be investing in land, right? So lots of good can come from this. And one of the coolest things, of course, is that if you do attract somebody who's serious about acquiring some land, well, that's probably, unless you have some environmental stuff going on, that could be a closing in a couple of weeks, right? Unless there's title issues or environmental. That's a quick cash closing. You can't mortgage land in most cases. So that's that. And we did that one on YouTube, but you could have easily done it with Facebook video. You could have done a regular pay-per-click ad. All right, I'm getting tired. My voice is throat's starting to hurt. And then the final one, I think I'll just glance upon this and just bring it up as a niche that I'm going to test myself and that is the same thing. High net worth investors who want passive single family, want really safe investment properties. And I'm planning to do a video this week that basically talks about, hey, fix and flips are popular, multifamily is popular, but those can be risky in their own ways. One thing that nobody really thinks about is investing in single family homes in solid neighborhoods at the higher end of the market, because when you start to do the numbers, and what I'm going to do is an investment, quick analysis on the screen. So like I'll drop you guys a link to this. Right, so I could even record myself doing like, hey, say you buy a $300,000 single family, you put down 20%, you get an investor rate of something high like 5.5. I don't know where that would be right now on a 20-year term, right? And other one-time costs, and let's say you rent that out for $1,900. That's the prevailing rate. You're going to have a great tenant pool because this property, because it's at the upper end of the market, is in a really good neighborhood. Private rate, blah blah blah, and then calculate. And you can show this on your screen and say, well, here is, if you hold it for 20 years, and I could have set it for 10 years. Here, let's do 10. The holding length down here, calculate. If you hold it for 10 years, you'll earn an annual rate of return of 13.63%, when a return on cash invested of 263. Does that sound good to you? Right, and you just go ahead and give them a spiel about how it might make sense to acquire a portfolio of safe properties that are easy to manage, easy to put tenants into, and then at the end of that, of course, you could set yourself up to be doing some nice property management at the same time, right? So you could do this a number of ways. You could grab a sample property, show a video of that property, and then go into this analysis on your screen, or you could just do a simple landing page that says get a list of single family properties that could ROI you 13% a year. Build a landing page around that. So that's the last idea. I think we're getting a little long here. I get the sense we are. Yeah, we're coming up on an hour. So I'm not going to dig too far into that other than to give you guys that as another angle here on the investor twist. So let's go back. Now I'd like to ask you guys if you have any questions. Let me go back to our document here, see if we missed anything. I don't think so. I think that was the end. Oh, the calculator. Yes, yeah. Here, I'll get you guys that link. It's calculator.net, and if you Google rental property calculator, I love this little free tool. It's cool. And you can record it and do a quick little analysis for any property on your screen right there, or just screenshot this or share the link with somebody. So here's the link. I'll send it to all you guys. But it's just calculator.net/rental-property-calculator.html. You can see it on the screen right there. I found that to be a really, really useful tool, guys. I've been using it often, not only for buy and holds for investors. You can just use it to kind of show rent versus buy analysis, and I think they might actually have one of those as well in here in the calculator section for real estate. Housing affordability, mortgage payoff calculator, refi calculator. Yeah, so there's some neat stuff on the site. Okay, guys, I hope that was useful. I hope you implement some of this. Basically, bottom line is that even though your leads may seem to be dead in your conversion system, it's still possible this time of year to put people into your database who might want to work with you right away. While you have downtime, start cultivating relationships with a few investors. Who knows, maybe you help somebody find a good deal or two, and that turns into a few listings moving into 2017. This will be uploaded to conversion.info along with all our other recordings. By this time tomorrow, probably first thing in the morning, it'll be there. Conversion.info/recordings, and you can watch all the replays, hundreds of hours of me rambling and droning on right there at conversion.info/recordings. All right, guys, thank you for the positive feedback, and have a great day. We'll see you next week on Tuesday at the same time.